I want you to go out and enjoy it more than.
Hi, I'm Victoria Kiskis and I play for the West Ham's first team and the under 21s and Poland's under 17s.
Amazing. So Victoria, I mean, you're the first West Ham United Academy graduate to play in the Women's Super League. How much of an honour is that?
It's a really big honour because, it's not been done before as well. And I'm proud to be part of the academy starting and being a part of making history of it.
Let's go right back to the beginning of your kind of journey as a footballer. Have you always known you wanted to be a footballer?
I mean, definitely, maybe not at a really young age, because when I was younger, I tried everything, sports, scouts, everything, all other sports like karate and stuff. But when I came to the age of 9, 10, I guess football just stuck around all the time. So and then ever since then, to be fair, I've just been trying to make football a regular thing and a style of life, basically.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, fast forwards to the beginning of your time with West Ham. You kind of grew up in England, were fantastic for several youth sides. And how did you first come to be involved with West Ham's academy?
I've actually, it was through my friend Vicky, which I used to play at Arsenal with, and she moved to West Ham, and she stopped kind of enjoying football at some stage, but then when she went to West Ham, she started enjoying it again. So I thought with the academy opening up and everything, it'll be a big step as well. It's also quite local to me, so I thought it's gonna be a good opportunity for me.
It's a program, isn't it, which balances your education and employment side of things with full-time academy football program. What attracted you to taking that on?
Also the fact that they were offering to the balance between school and football. That was a big thing, because when I was back at Arsenal, I had to do things between the school and the club myself, whereas with West Ham, it's already done for me. So if I have first team training, Miles would sort it out with the school, and I wouldn't have any problems with the work or anything.
Mm-hmm. And you're a year into the program now. Obviously, yeah. Your results on the pitch speak for themselves. But how's the experience been?
I mean, it's been really good. I wasn't expecting that much to happen in the first year, but I mean, it's a pleasant surprise, and I'm happy that it went the way it went. Couldn't have expected more, to be fair.
Amazing. Tell me a little bit, how's it kind of structured? Because obviously you've got your time at Chobham Academy and then your time training as well. How does that all work?
At first, it was it was during pre-season, I went to the train with the first team once in a while. Then as the year went on, I was with the academy and with the first team. And then after some time, I became part-time with the first team. Therefore, I would be there on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays. So that had to be sorted with the school, that I would miss those days on Wednesdays and Fridays. So I would be at school on Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. Mm-hmm. And with the fact I'm doing a CTEC, which is a mainly coursework course, it makes it so much easier because I can do my work on the way there and away from the school.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like there's quite a lot of flexibility in it, which must be really helpful.
Yeah, it's really helpful. I don't think I would have the same flexibility if I was to do A levels, but to be fair, I think I've always wanted to go into a CTEC or a BTEC, because that would be much easier to handle with football on the side.
Mm-hmm. How does the course also kind of help you pursue your interests? What sort of stuff have you been studying?
Loads of different aspects within sports. So the business side of things, anatomy, about the body, and different types of training programs and stuff like that. And it's really interesting for me because I've always said that I've always wanted to find a job in the future to do with sport, because I don't really see myself working in another area, to be fair. But yeah.
So there's lots of kind of different options around that. Do you get to choose quite a lot of them?
I mean, it's we have units set, so we have to do each unit, and it's like different. So you see a range of things which you can then further, like if you're interested in one of them like a lot, you can look further into that in courses for like uni, etc.
Mhm. And how kind of supportive are your tutors at Chobham Academy in helping you kind of strike that balance between the football side of things and the education side of things?
Yeah, like especially that I'm around the PE staff mainly, like they're really supportive of it because they know like how much it means to me and like how big it is for me and stuff. So like they're really supportive of it, and they always like ask me and like support me in and around it. Like they were at one of my games actually,
Mhm.
in the beginning of the season, and it's
Yeah.
like they're really supportive, and I couldn't have thought like the teachers could be any more supportive than they are already.
For anyone who's like looking at the course like now thinking I might want to apply, they're probably kind of trying to think of some of what the challenges are of the program. What have you found those to be?
Challenges. I mean, some of the units are hard, but especially like with the coronavirus, it's a bit harder obviously because like you can't really ask a teacher directly for help, so you have to email them. It's a bit of a longer process, but other than that, like teachers are still really helpful. And personally, I don't really see much challenges apart from maybe sometimes like when I'm away and I do miss some important lessons, then that's hard. But then it's kind of easy because within a day, let's say on a Thursday when I come back and I missed a really important lesson on a Wednesday, I have 2/3 lessons. So I have 2 free periods where I can go to the teacher and they can help me out and help me catch up. So
Mhm.
that's really positive.
And how much kind of variety have you found there to be as well in terms of your program? Every day must be pretty different.
I mean, with like school, so like it's like a regular. So like, each week we have the same teachers on the same given days.
Mhm.
So it's like you always know who you're meant to have. So that's quite easy to balance because then you know who to like refer to when you do need help.
Mhm. And talking kind of like footballing wise, I mean, like what an incredible year for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned you started kind of working with the first team during the summer. Um, how did that kind of start to become involved in kind of match day squads? Talk me through kind of the timeline of your year.
Like at first it was like I was like during the preseason I was in training with them, and I was like I was happy like I was training because it's like a completely different experience than what I've experienced before because I'm playing with professionals that have been within the women's game for many years.
Mm.
And like then during the like end of 2019, I guess around November, December, I started getting like introduced to the like match day squads, which was really like unexpected from me. But obviously that's something I've dreamed of, and it was like a big honor for me. So I was really excited for everything, and yeah. And then with one of the games being against Man City, where I actually got like a couple of minutes, it was like a really proud moment for me that I mean Matt let me on for those minutes. Like I mean I wasn't expecting it, of course, but it was like a really pleasant surprise that like he gave me that chance.
Yeah, I was going to say you must have also kind of had quite a lot of support from the coaches, academy level and first team level.
Yeah, definitely a lot. And like with Steven, so the academy coach, he was always like wanted to push me to the first team and not like keep me at the under 21s level. But also like once in a while, I also went like back to the academy and like played in some of the games to get minutes and keep match fit.
Amazing. You touched on it there, but what was it like to work with the West Ham United players as well? As you say, some incredible pros in there.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's like compared to playing with your own age group, and mainly of like in England, they're usually like the same nationality. So like within in and around the first team, it's like completely different because people are from different nationalities. They have different styles of play, and like the people players have different types of experiences and longer experiences. So it's like
Mhm.
really mix and match, but like it takes quite a lot of time to get used to, but it's like you do get used to it after a bit of time.
You mentioned your Women's Super League debut, but your actual debut was against Tottenham, wasn't it, in the Women's Continental League Cup? How vividly can you remember that? I mean, what a special comeback!
Yeah, I was personally, I wasn't like expecting what like I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I was like so proud that like the team were able to pull it back and like because I really wasn't expecting it, but it was such a proud moment to just be on the pitch with them and take part in everything that happened during that game.
Mm-hmm. Looking back on the year, I mean, would you ever have imagined when you started the program that you'd have achieved everything that you have this year, on and off the pitch?
Definitely not. Personally, I wasn't really sure what to expect from the school course as well. I would have probably thought I'd be a bit behind if I was to be with the first team, but I wasn't expecting to be with the first team. But I'm like really caught up with everything and everything's on time with my schoolworks, and I don't really have a problem with that. And like with the first team, I definitely wasn't expecting to be like with the first team like as often as I actually was, and that's really like motivating for me.
Amazing. And finally, for anyone watching this, considering taking on this program, two questions. Firstly, would you recommend it? And secondly, what advice would you give them?
I would definitely recommend it because honestly, like you don't have also like the academy, they offer like lifestyle sessions, which is really useful as like it helps you balance everything, and you get to talk to like people outside of like the West Ham actual like community if you think about it. And like I would definitely recommend it with like the school because it's like so much easier because you don't have to like sort anything out if you have match days or anything like with your own school, and like the communication between the school and the club is really good, and it makes just your life less stressful. And what was the other question?
What advice would you give to anyone thinking of taking it
on? Just if you're gonna take it on, just take it on with a moment, like because with this like coronavirus and stuff, like I wasn't expecting it, and like I was you would say I could have been taking the school life for granted, but I mean don't, because like you see these people every day, but then you see like anything can happen, so you just need to live it to the fullest, like make the most of it whilst you're there, because I've got about not a whole year left of like school that I have to be in education, and it's like the time is going so fast, it goes so much faster than secondary school, so you just have to make most of it.